Their honeymoon was supposed to be the start of a perfect life, but instead, it became a tragic mystery. Newlyweds Choi Sung-Hee and Jun had only been married for 6 months. They lived in a beautiful apartment in Busan, South Korea, settling into their new life together. Everything seemed perfect. But then one night, they disappeared. No signs of a struggle, no messages left behind, no witnesses. What happened to them? And why, despite 21 security cameras in their building, was there no footage of them ever leaving their home? This is not your typical true crime documentary. In this channel, you are the detective. We lay out the facts, the evidence, the unanswered questions. Look at the clues and make your call. Let's begin. May 27, 2016, 11:30 p.m. Choi Sung-Hee returns home after a long day of teaching acting classes. CCTV footage captures her entering the apartment complex, holding a small bag of groceries. But here's something odd. She had done a full grocery run earlier that night, yet most of her shopping was left in her car. Why did she only bring a few snacks upstairs? Was she planning to come back down? She steps into the elevator, presses the button for the 15th floor, and that's the last time she is ever seen on camera. May 28, 2016, 3:45 a.m. Jun arrives at the apartment complex after a night out drinking with co-workers. Security cameras show him walking through the lobby, looking completely normal. No signs of distress, no unusual behavior. He takes the elevator up, presumably heading home to his wife. And that's where the trail ends. After that, nothing. Despite the apartment being equipped with 21 security cameras, not one of them recorded the couple leaving. No footage of them walking out the main entrance. No sign of them in the parking lot. No trace of them on the streets. For investigators, this was impossible to explain. How do two people disappear from a locked apartment building without a single camera catching them? But things only get stranger. When Jian stopped responding to his father's calls, it was unusual. His father, who frequently delivered health supplements to him, became worried. He went to Jian's restaurant, but his employees hadn't seen him since May 28. At the same time, Choi's colleagues received odd text messages. She allegedly told him she was in the hospital after an accident. But here's the problem. No hospitals had any record of her being admitted. The text didn't match her usual way of texting. It was too formal. When someone tried calling her, the phone had been disconnected. It was clear that something wasn't right. On May 31, authorities finally entered the couple's apartment. Inside, they found their dog, alone, hungry, and recovering from surgery. It had been left without food or water for days. But here's the chilling part. Everything else was normal. No signs of a struggle, no broken furniture, no forced entry. The only noticeable details are the following. Number 1, dishes in the sink. Number 2, unopened groceries left on the kitchen table. Number 3, personal items missing, phones, laptops, passports. They were all gone. But where? And how could they vanish without a trace in a building filled with cameras? At first, the police considered the possibility that they ran away together. But this doesn't make sense. Their bank accounts remained untouched. They had $30,000 in savings, and that money was never withdrawn. Their internet and phone records showed no traces of planning an escape. And then came a disturbing discovery. On June 2, their phones were traced. Jian's phone pinged in Busan. Choi's phone was 390 kilometers or 245 miles away in Seoul. This was huge. If they left together, why were their phones in two separate different locations? Who was holding Choi's phone in Seoul? And why were both phones permanently switched off that same day? The investigators discovered something even more shocking. Jian had a secret phone. A phone he never told Choi about. And guess who he was constantly messaging? A woman named Yoon, his ex-girlfriend. She had a complicated history with Jian. Their families hated each other. After breaking up, she quickly married another man, but divorced a month later. She had remarried and moved to Norway. But the timing of her actions was suspicious. On May 5, 2016, just after Choi announced her pregnancy, Yoon flew back to South Korea. She told no one, not even her own mother. She paid for everything in cash, stayed in random motels, left no digital trails. And right after Choi and Jian vanished, she suddenly changed her ticket and left for Norway early on June 7, 2016. It was almost like she was running. Three main theories remain. Theory number 1, the escape theory. Did Jian and Choi willingly leave their lives behind? If so, why did they abandon their dog and leave their money untouched? Theory number 2, the jealous ex theory. Was Yoon involved? Did she return to South Korea with revenge in mind, targeting Choi once she found out about the pregnancy? Theory number 3, the crime of passion theory. Did Jian and Choi have a private argument that turned deadly? Did Jian disappear because he was guilty? Despite multiple investigations, police never found evidence to charge anyone. In 2017, Interpol attempted to extradite Yoon from Norway, but Norwegian authorities denied the request. To this day, she refuses to return to South Korea. This case is one of South Korea's greatest mysteries. A newlywed couple in love, a strange disappearance, a possible jealous ex, and too many unanswered questions. If you were the detective, what would you do? Would you press Yoon harder for answers? Would you re-examine the phone pings? Or would you look at an entirely different suspect? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. This case remains unsolved. And maybe, just maybe, the truth is still out there, waiting to be uncovered. Subscribe to Case Solvers Club for more cases like this. We investigate, we analyze, and we uncover the truth, one case at a time.